All right, 7 o'clock, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Clerk, yes, please do the roll call. Happily. Supervisor Woodley? Yes. Me? Yes. Assessor Herb? No. Trustee Bowman?
Here.
Trustee Glass? Here. Trustee Sands? Not here. Not here. Oh, okay. Trustee Zeigler? Here. Township Administrator Marcinia is here, as our department head. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to skip number 3. Trustee Sands is unable to participate. If you join me to stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Number 5, public comment. If anybody has any public comment.
Good evening. My name is Bill Krugberg. I think y'all know me. Over the past year and a half or so, when we would do FOIAs, we would be intimidated by the supervisor at the next meeting of how many FOIAs were done and all that, but we found out a lot of information that was going on in the township. We did another one, or I did another one, to find out how the government disposal of records was handled near the end here. I received the information on March 1st, 2022, and on March 27th, 25, the township applied for the state to dispose of 42 cubic feet of records. The state approved that on April 7th, 2022, and April of 4th of 2025. They were shredded on May 14th of 2025. According to ProShred, they shredded approximately 17 cubic feet. It was requested that the township, in their letter, was they were going to dispose of 42 cubic feet of records, but they actually shredded 77 cubic feet of records. That's an additional 35 cubic feet of records, almost double or 80% more than what was approved by the state. So what else was destroyed or whatever, we'll probably never know because it was destroyed. And what was the hurry for the past supervisor to shred this before the next board was in place? I mean, the first 10 cubic feet sat around here for 3 years before it was even shredded. All of a sudden, a new supervisor elected, the last one has to hurry up and shred all this other stuff. And I don't understand where it went. I guess we'll probably never find out, but I hope the board looks into it. And the last supervisor wanted her computer auctioned off as surplus. Well, why did she want to get rid of it instead of leaving it for the new board? Don't know. What was on the computer that was going to be hidden from the board? Who knows? So I'm asking the board to investigate the additional records that were destroyed and find out if the mainframe of the township computer, or whatever you call the cloud, or her computer was purged. You know, I don't know what the past supervisor was trying to hide from everybody. It's a shame. Thank you.
Any other public comment? On to number 6, the consent agenda. The following items will be presented for approval by a single roll call vote. Any item can be pulled from the consent agenda for discussion by any township trustee. Item 1 is approval of board meeting minutes of June 12, 2025. Item 2, baseball benches, the purchase of 2 player benches for Knox Park Baseball Field from Park Warehouse at $1,118.88. Items 3C, chassis tariff increase, a tariff surcharge for rush truck chassis of $2,000. This surcharge will not result in exceeding the budgeted amount. D, ordinance 2025-02, an ordinance establishing standing committees. E, resolution 2025-09, a resolution designating a Freedom of Information Act officer, FOIA designees. F, committee meeting minutes, accept meeting minutes from the COW, 625, Communications, 610, Cemetery, 617, Health and Wellness, 618, Special Board, 618, and Community Center, 7-2. And G, approval of the board audit as follows. Total general town fund, $199,183.87. Total general assistance fund, $4,174.06. Total general road fund, $20,669.97. Total permanent road fund, $70,377.02. Total park maintenance fund, $36,189.43. Total cemetery maintenance fund, $11,650.85. Total of all funds, $342,245.20.
Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion. And I need a second. We discussed after.
Okay. Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, regarding the audit that was just read out, were those numbers the expenses incurred, or were those numbers just the amounts that we have budgeted?
Those were in your packet to review prior to the meeting. We're approving the expenditures.
Okay. The actual numbers.
Actual amounts, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Numbers.
Yep.
Is there any other questions or clarification?
So quickly, I spoke with Trustee Sands, and he would like to change me to the committee of the whole meeting minutes.
What's that?
So under item 6C on the first page, or under trustee updates, the second to last line, it talks about his book when he had brought up his conversation with John DeVito from North Barrington. The minutes read, no, John DeVito from North Barrington.
Okay, I do.
Superintendent DePauw and Assistant Highway Superintendent Meyer received numerous compliments for their superior service they provide to local municipalities. He would like that changed to receive a compliment for the superior service they provide to North Barrington.
And did you have a change in your?
Yeah, and then I also misspelled Agnes's name in the resolution for the FOIA officers. I superimposed the GM officers. That correction as well.
Wonderful. Any other discussion or questions? Let's go over.
Yep. Supervisor Lovejoy?
Yes.
Trustee Bowman?
Yes.
Trustee Klaus?
Yes.
Trustee Ziegler?
Yes.
So moved. Motion passes.
Now we'll do the updates from the elected officials. We'll start with Trustee Bowman. Any updates?
I have no updates. I noticed new lighting in the main office. What was behind that, and is it in accordance with office code for lighting? There's standards in office environments
Sure.
that have to be met. I'm assuming they're NFPA film that's over the lights.
Sure. If you have any concerns, we can talk about it. Yeah.
So, what happened? Where did it come from? And how did we decide?
It was ordered. It was seen in another location. Jessica Case, who's the administrator, said the lighting is there bright, and sometimes it's too bright in there. So we purchased Jessica Case, who works in that area. So we're trying it out and seeing how it works and what the feedback is.
Okay. I just, we need to make sure that we adhere to code.
Sure. Happy for your input. Thank you.
What are the code involved in lighting?
Sure. It was a recommendation from another office that was listed. And those are Thank you. Trustee Platt?
I'm going to be out of town from the 12th to the 26th. I will slowly reach both through my township email if anybody wants to communicate with me. Yeah, that's about it.
No, nothing further. Trustee?
I guess I would just say I appreciate that it was great to sit in on the first committee meeting for the community center, and I know that Susan and the team have a lot that they're working through, so I can't wait to hear about how the retreat and what maybe ideas and findings came out of that, but I look forward to serving with you and helping out.
On my report, we visited Schaumburg Township, got some ideas for what they did with their recent renovation with their senior center, get some ideas, pricing guidelines, how much things cost. So just to look for the future and what we can be working for. I met with the Fire and Prevention District Chief as well as the Building and Zoning person in charge for Lake Zurich about the staircase, and we're working on some ideas for that, pricing. Lake County also sent an email about some discounts available for flood insurance for unincorporated residents, so I sent that out to Echo Lake and Forest Lake so that they can let their residents know that they're eligible for these discounts. We also purchased some lanyards, so any public-facing employee that might be greeting employees and stuff, you'll have their name, you'll know that they're an employee walking through the hall. Those will just be designated, they'll keep them at their desk. Let's see. And just bench purchase that we spoke about in the one, just good job by the highway department when it was originally brought to the cow meeting, the committee of the whole meeting. It was originally proposed at $1,800 for one bench, but after doing a little research, it came in at $1,100 for two benches, so saving some money there. And because we had the office out a little bit, I just wanted to let everybody know about coming meetings if there was any interest. On 7/16, there will be a highway meeting at 10 a.m. in the upper conference room. On the 17th, there's a communication meeting at 10 a.m. On the 23rd, the Lake County Veterans Affairs Committee will be coming out to see how we can work and serve with them. On July 24th at 10 a.m., we're going to be giving a tour Darby Hills and let her know how important the township is and all the services we offer. On September 10th at 3:30, we will have our next cemetery meeting. And on August 20th, we will have our next community center meeting. And that's my report. Department heads, do you have any updates from your reports?
I have something that I'd like to add.
Sure.
I just wanted to let everybody know that the road resurfacing bids came in, and even though I don't have the final numbers yet, I won't have them until tomorrow morning. The bids came in substantially lower than the original EOPC, so we should be able to see some good savings. The EOPC is the engineer's opinion of probable cost. So I should have the final numbers tomorrow, and I can...
We could discuss that at our meeting.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Sorry.
They might be 3 quarters and more than that.
Pardon me? Yeah. There's certain things that they have to meet to be included in that, and the engineer is very diligent about making sure they're reputable companies. Anyone else have any additions?
So we had our first playground meetup yesterday. So thank you for everybody that attended. We did have a sergeant from the Lake Zurich Police Department also stop by, so that was kind of fun. I think a lot of the kids really enjoyed seeing a cop, rolling around. I think a lot of community members really enjoyed that as well. So I just wanted to thank everybody, and we're going to find some more ways to get more of the community involved. So stay tuned for that. But we're going to keep that going.
Nice job on that. Thanks.
Just 2 quick things. One, Sarah and I went over to the Hawthorne Woods Community Center yesterday and spoke with their senior group. So thanks for joining me, Sarah. And then Joe, as we all know, is up to his eyeballs, and so he did not get a submitted. So just wanted to let everybody know, camp is going very well. Weeks are full. I noticed on the board report that the revenue budget for camp is $3,600 over budget. So I know we still have payments coming in, so that's great. His staff has been phenomenal. He took all his top off yesterday after work. So we're ready. So next week is Olympic week. It's a very fun one. If you're ever going to drop in, all of the counselors come with their own T-shirts made, with their parents involved. So they were all wearing superhero capes on Tuesday, having their dress on. They're fully invested. So yeah, it's great.
It's really nice leaving the building during the day and hearing all the things.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good thing.
Thank you. All right, well, that wraps up all of the department head reports. Number 9 is new business. Under new business, we have Knox Park and Town Hall signage consideration. There's a sign and some examples of the mock-ups for possible action to approve signage for the Town Hall. It's adding verbiage on. It was also some signage letters on the door outside, as well as letters on the hours on the doors down here, because they're not on the doors and there's just a sheet, so just making it, and doing a permanent sign that has administration one side, assessor on the other side, instead of having the glass, it printed on the glass each year. And the Knox Park sign is a mock-up of having the sign on the actual fencing. I spoke with the Village of Lake Zurich today to make sure that it would be compatible with permits and what permits would be needed. And so it's not a done deal yet. Still working with them to make sure it's passes code. So we're not going to spend any money until it passes code. So there's consideration to purchase them with minor alterations as needed.
Can I get a motion to approve? Motion. Second?
I just, why are we putting it on the fence?
We have to have a second before we can discuss. We have to have a second before we can discuss.
Second.
Discussion?
I'm just curious why we're not, I mean, the initial plan was to have a standalone sign. And why did we decide to put it on the fence? I mean, 99.9% of all signs are perpendicular to the road they're on, so you can read it. This is parallel to it, to me.
Yeah, the proposed sign that was originally, that I have pictures of, was perpendicular to the road behind the fence. So the only part that was visible above the fence was a foot high, which would be hard to read behind the fence. You can't put any signs in front of the fence, so it would have to be behind the fence. So it would be really hard to read unless you turned in to see it. So this is a way where the sign letters are 24 inches high. They say Knox Park, with a pretty bold to read and easier to read.
But we were also looking at putting it at the driveway entrance so you could clearly see it.
You'd have to drive in to see it. You wouldn't be able to see it from the road.
Why does it have to be not in front of it?
You can't, it's too close to the road, permit-wise, you can't put it in that area. The only way to see that monument sign would be if you turned in. I mean, I have the pictures here of the original proposal.
And Mike, you talked with the village on that? Who did the research on that?
Like I said, I'm talking with them right now. I'm talking with Colleen and Kelly about that. So this is a request, if they approve it, to spend the money to put the sign, the letters on the actual fence itself.
And nothing says Ela Township. It's just Knox Park.
Knox Park, correct.
This, the other, and why we were going to do it is to make sure that people realize that this was Ela Township and not Lake Zurich facilities. The confusion we had with the tennis courts, the pickleball courts.
Everything in here says Ela Township. It's just the street sign would say Knox Park to let people in, because no one even knows what's behind here. They see a big white fence, but they don't see anything else. we could consider, adding Ela Township below it.
Having it parallel to the road, to me, doesn't seem like a standalone sign at that corner.
Right, but you only see about from parallel from the street. We have
It's a height issue, but that can be overcome by doing berms on the site from the height of the site itself. So mounting it on the ground, we have limitations of height. Putting the sign on a berm changes those limitations. And that was my understanding. That was they're going to look into that. I mean, it just seems make more sense.
The letters on the sign, even if we did do that, would be about a foot high. This would be double the size. It would be the mock-up shows it's going to be very prominent to see from the road. When you're looking for something, it's kind of hard to see a monument sign like this versus the black and white signs, the black letters on a white.
Yeah, so to be clear, in that original mock-up that you have there, like the road would be on the other side of that white fence. So you'd have to look through the fence to see it.
Correct, or drive in through the driveway to see.
If it was moved down to the corner, it would be at the entrance.
But it's not
There's
on
some
the
kind of space there at the entrance where that monument can be installed, not behind the fence.
But if you're looking at the fence doesn't show you what it is, and people are looking at the fence. I think this is going to be a lot harder to see than.
Any other discussion?
What's the new plan for putting the letters on the fence? Would it be possible to make it look a little bit nicer, include some more information on it? Because right now, just the bold black lettering is clear, but it is also kind of ugly. Which, I don't know, I think that we could do a little bit more to make that look nice.
What would you, it's signage to make sure people know where the park is. You don't want to make the font too fancy because then it's unreadable.
That's fair. I guess I can't articulate like a specific way to improve it. Maybe just like having the like Ela Township below it, or the address, like you have that sign there would help like show what it is.
So adding Ela Township below it?
Yeah, adding Ela Township and maybe also the address. I think that might be helpful.
Okay. Would you like to see a new mock-up then? Or do you want to be part of a committee that talks about this? Because we'll probably talk about it at Communications Committee next week.
I'm not going to be in town next week. I have to call into the Zoom. Would that be acceptable?
I don't know for a committee meeting. Probably for a committee meeting.
Sure. Okay. Then sure, I could call in and we could talk more about it. I like the idea overall. I just would like to maybe see if there's some movement.
Sure. If you could just send me any ideas before the meeting so I can make sure it's on a mock-up.
Okay.
So we could table this conversation until we get a new mock-up with suggestions from Trustee Bowman and from Trustee Bliss. This one was also just, besides being easy to read and that was coming in $6,000 less than the monument sign, and it was easy to see and low budget. So that's why we're considering it as well. So motion table. Okay. Number 10 is executive session. I'd like to call executive session to discuss personnel. Any motion?
Motion.
Second?
Supervisor Woodward?
Yes.
Trustee Bowman?
Yes.
Trustee Glass?
Yes.
Trustee Segler?
Yes. So, do we have to close in this, or do we have to do a motion to close this meeting to go into executive session?
No.
Okay.
Motion to reopen the open.
Motion.
Thank you. Second.
Yes.
All in favor? Yes. Yeah. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay.
Motion.
Robert motions. And then Larry second.